2, 1.
Last week on Office Hours.
You want to tell people where Vic is?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, Vic has this little dog that the audience knows, Rosie. My dog, who's an old, I'll say it, an old bitch. She comes down here and starts giving Rosie shit. Little that kind of shit going on. Rosie, who's this little thing, darts out the room. Bing! And immediately runs down into nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, where?
Lost my dog. What am I gonna do? Rosie! Rosie! Come on home, Rosie!
Rosie, won't you please come home? Daddy don't know where you've been. Rosie, won't you please come home? I put some dry food in your bowl. Rosie, Rosie, how I miss you. You mean all the world to me. Are you out there shaking and shivering? Bet you're nervous, yeah, but Daddy's here. Rosie, won't you please come home? If you're listening, hear my whistling. Rosie, Rosie, where are you, Rosie? Rosie, won't you please come home? Oh, Rosie, Rosie, where you at? Hello, Rosie. Oh, Rosie, won't you come home?
I like having fun. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh. I like having fun. Yes, I like to laugh. I like having fun. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Office Hours Live. Nice to see you all in the Zoom room. It is 10 a.m. on the Pacific Coast in the California, state of California here, Glendale, California, Thursday, April 28th. And a beautiful day out, beautiful day, a little overcast. Let's get right to it. We've got a huge show. First of all, good morning, Doug. And Vic, of course, the focus will be on you today
everybody.
quite a bit. We've so much to get to. Jacqueline Novak is here. Jacqueline, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a thrill.
Nice to have you. You must be patient with us.
Oh,
Because we
I
have a
love
lead headline story that we definitely need to put focus on. And we're going to get through it and get it over with because we have so much fun stuff ahead. Okay. The Sleaford Mods are in the house.
Thank you.
Direct from the UK. And I'm excited to see them perform and talk to them. So that's later in the show. Let's get to the main story tonight. Tonight, heads up, give me some news.
Hey, folks,
Give me some news music.
Coming right up.
And the headline today, the top story.
There we go.
As you all know, that's more of an entertainment.
Well,
news.
that's...
Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith are on the rocks, ladies and gentlemen, apparently. Russell Brand was spotted at the club tennis. No, we all know what happened with that cold open. Rosie disappeared from the show last Friday, and I thought she was a goner. Where we live, there's lots of wilderness areas around, lots of open space.
Thank you for not telling me that you thought she was gonna die.
I was trying to put a positive spin on it, but there's not only lots of cars driving around, lots of empty space. There's also a lot of predators, including coyotes. There's a fair amount of
A
coyotes.
few bobcats up there.
I would think a large blackbird could take care of that. Could have that dog for lunch if it wanted to.
2-3 sparrows.
Yeah.
So Vic, walk us through. So about 20 minutes before Bob showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, some people think this is a bit. That's enough of the music.
No, I don't. I don't have to hide behind bits.
Vic darted out looking for Rosie. What happened? We lost touch with you. We were focusing on the great interview with Bob Odenkirk from last week.
Well, at the time, I was talking to the great David Neil Levin. We were setting him up to come in here. He's going to be, doing a little bit with Bob. All of a sudden, I hear Vic, 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 and everyone's scattering, like everywhere, just like that. And like Rosie ran away. Like, where the hell did she go? And so I took off the wrong way, of course. So I went up the hill that way or whatever. So come down here.
It's not docs.
Yeah, no, I'm trying not to.
Okay? I don't want to give any ideas of where the hills are.
So I'm just like panicking, but I had to keep it together for Rosie, and I run down, and everyone's already like chasing her from people. Find out where she turns off and goes into the back of the house, of a certain house down like pretty far down. Like she took off and booked it. So I was like, okay, she's got to be in here. So these two houses in the backyard, I took as my place to search, and I searched the backyards. But these are not just backyards; they're like massive hills, and they're
ivy,
and
cactus, and everything.
And it rained that morning, and it was just a mess. And I'm like going around for like from 9:15 until like 3 o'clock looking for Rosie.
My wife and son followed you down there to help. And we were, like once the show ended, I was driving up and down looking, and my wife says, one of the strangest things I think I've ever seen in my life was Vic, full flop sweat, climbing up the side of this hill and then tumbling down the hill.
Like my feet over my head.
Full on cartoon character.
Yeah, I thought it was like a ivy, I thought it was just a hill, but there's like this much of ivy, and I stepped on it, and I had like these shoes on that I got at like Target that I thought were like cool, but I brought them
cool
home.
Shoes at Target.
I brought them home. They're like $8, and their size like 13, so they're too big for me.
$8 shoes.
So here they are. You can see that I was wearing those, and they were waterlogged, and there's just like water everywhere.
Okay, so
anyway, so basically,
that's Friday.
This is a very long story, but we'll just try to
That's Friday.
sum it up.
You give up the search Friday night. Friday at
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I'm like,
tell your
what
kids,
am I gonna do? Break it to my kids.
Oh,
my kids came to help me like walk around and talk to people and pass out flyers. And then so I go home, and my wife's like, "You promised your son you were gonna take him bowling." So I had to go bowling in that mindset because he was like freaking out, So I went bowling, and I went home and slept as much as like.
What was that night like?
I took a bunch of melatonin, so I like passed out, and then I woke up at 5 the next day and came back
5
to Glen.
PM?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. I totally forgot about Rosie. No, I got up at 5 and I came over here and looking around again, nothing. So I went back home, and then I didn't know what to do again, so we went bowling again, and
double dose.
We
of
did that.
Bowling.
And
Do you think anyone, Doug, have you ever bowled 2 days in a row in your life?
Did you really bowl twice?
I bowled Friday and Saturday, and then we went Sunday again.
What was your score?
In all seriousness,
did you break 100?
It's like me going to
No,
Kansas 3
it's just
days
like
in a row
it's
in
just
New York.
like it's bumper bowling, So it's just like you roll it down and.
Okay, so
I don't need the bumpers though. I just
so wait, you had bumper bowling and you still didn't get 100?
No, I didn't.
So Saturday.
So Saturday, yeah. Saturday. Okay, so
Doug's
I go
searching for
back.
the Saturday drop.
Yes, Saturday.
That's his.
I have that. So anyway, so Saturday I go back, and I'm freaking out. Like I gotta find this dog, but like I didn't give up hope, even though I knew there's a good chance that a coyote or a bobcat got it or whatever.
By the way, let me say on Friday I had the very logical but essential to the story and essential to what's about to come idea to let's make a quick flyer for the neighborhood.
Right.
Make a quick lost dog flyer, right?
That's true.
So I put that together using Pages, that app, the program Pages. We know Pages. It's almost like Word but for Mac, which we love.
I love you, Daddy.
And then
I get one. I print about a few of those out.
A few of those. How many did you put? Like 10 or something like that?
Well, I only put 3 up.
Okay.
But I put them in strategic places that I knew would
that
play
was
very
working
well.
because like I was like I would see the posters up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a good reminder. So when I was at home, I made a little poster up, and it says, you know,
Another poster. Okay.
a different poster. I put some color on it and some red, and it says
blood.
lost dog. Call Vic. No, it said call or text Vic. Like, why would I put like text? Like,
I get it.
don't know, but
That's right.
just like
please,
so there's no.
Please, Jacqueline, you're here to contribute to the
But
conversation.
I've had so much to say.
So then,
And
we're
I'm not
wrapping
even
this up.
joking.
No, please.
Okay.
I'm deeply into the story.
Okay.
I'm like
So then,
on the edge of my
so
seat.
then I'm getting like goofy. I'm just like where I'm going
Getting
everywhere,
goofy.
getting goofier. I'm going everywhere. I'm all by myself too, by the way. Here, I'm just like, you know,
The wife's left you.
the wife's like, she's like, yeah, she's bowling, and then I'm by myself and I'm walking around, and I just decided to get a little stoned. So I just had a little of the Vicks vape pen, just like it calmed me down a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit, and then I see an SUV coming, and I'm like, I'm gonna give a flyer to this guy because it's like right where Rosie probably turned off, and the window comes down. I walk up to it. I'm like, and I'm like, it's Fred Armisen. I'm like, hey, Fred.
No, it's not.
What? Where?
I believed it was Fred Armisen, and I go, hey,
You
Fred.
believed it was.
But it was not Fred Armisen. Just that it looked exactly like him to me. It was like an older Indian man.
You smoke cigars?
And I was like, no, I just got here. I didn't see it. But I shook his hand, and
Fred's
he gave me
older Indian
yeah,
man.
but he gave me like this part, so I shook it like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I gave him a flyer, and I got the hell out of there. And then I went home again and got my daughter.
It's going home
Yeah,
twice
I think
now?
I went home again. It's such a blur, but I went home and got my daughter because she wanted to help out, and she helped me flyer everything. Then all of a sudden, this community is nice. Everybody's beautiful. I'm talking Glendale here. Everybody's like trying to help. They love dogs. So I give a flyer to one man who's going by with his wife. Happens to be. Should I?
Well,
reveal-
he's here right now.
He's in the room.
Steve
is here in the room.
Steve
Thank you.
lives up the road.
Yes, and he had a whole party going. Can you give the names here? Like, who was all searching for Rosie here?
Well, my wife and I were searching
Yes,
for.
uh-huh.
So we looked for her on Friday.
Okay,
once
okay.
We saw the post.
Okay.
And
Wow.
nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, I was like, I kept checking my phone, thinking I'm gonna get something, and then I'm like, so then I give you a flyer, which I didn't know I was gonna ever see you again. I didn't know if you're just gonna crumble it up or whatever, because everyone assumed it was dead. They assumed Rosie was dead. Because like as I'm searching behind the house, they're like, just so you know, you're searching where bobcats live. Like I was like in there,
Your den.
So then my daughter and I are like, I don't know what to do. We miss Rosie, and my daughter Ruby, she's like, man, it would be so cool if like Rosie came out after us, out of nowhere. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen, but it'd be really cool. So then I turn around to go home. I'm about to get on the highway, and who calls but Steve over here? And I see this number of whoa, wait a minute, this is going to be something. And you're like,
We found the
I
corpse.
felt bad. I felt bad because I didn't know your daughter was in the car.
and it was on
I go,
speakerphone. Yeah.
It was on speakerphone. I realized it immediately. I said, "Your dog's just been attacked by a coyote," and all I hear is, "Oh no!"
Oh man.
So, and I'm just like, I had to like jump into like stay calm, which is like, normally I'm like, "Ugh," but like I stay calm, and I'm thinking like, this is a possibility that it's just, who knows, the entrails are sticking out, we can put them back in or something. So I turned around, you told me where to go, and I booked it, and you knew that she was here because you have a fancy security system that tracked the entire thing. And so from my point of view, I'm just turning around and I'm flying up the street, and all of a sudden,
Vic hits a dog.
I hit a dog, and then my dog comes out. Yeah, then my dog comes out, and I could not believe it. There she is. She looked. I just stopped the car in the middle of this 4-way intersection.
Oh God.
Got out, and I go around the back of the car because she's just going. She looks deranged. Like her eyes are like big, and like I didn't recognize her face. And it's like 36 hours, on her own.
God.
And I'm like, Rosie, and she looks at me and just keeps going. And then I go, Rosie, like that or whatever. Stopped and came back to me. And I walked up to her, and she started biting me like crazy and everything.
Really?
And then I hugged her, and she smelled me. calm down, and that was it. And then, and my daughter comes running down, and we're hugging in the middle of this like intersection, all three of us,
Holy shit.
and these cars are going by.
Don't curse.
Yeah.
You're gonna get flagged.
My daughter's gonna hear this. So yeah.
So, okay.
And that was the end of the story. But then I find out that Steve knew about this thanks to technology and thanks to flyers too. Like
So,
you know.
Steve, your house is some kind of fortress of technology.
Yes.
You've got, how many cameras do you have on your property? This is not a huge
No,
property.
no, not at all. But 20 cameras is pretty
How
much
dare
what-
you?
So far.
Listen,
It's like the White House over there.
the wife yells at me because I'm a little
More like the White House.
It is, but the reality is I go away for like a gig or whatever it is, and she's literally scrolling through cameras until
my goodness.
I get home. So she loves it when I'm when she needs it. But
Yeah. So you have this footage of what happened moments before Vic found the.
This is like like a
Rosie.
minute before I grabbed her because you can see maybe just play the thing and
Yeah, so let's play.
Just play
This
it.
is the footage
This
that,
is-
that
yeah.
Steve
Excuse the
sent
mess.
to us.
and we
Excuse
didn't
the
edit
mess.
it. It was not edited or anything.
I'm building a fence. Excuse the mess around the house.
This is it. You're not going to believe this video.
It's a coyote.
That's a coyote chasing Rosie.
It's going all around the house. Oh my god.
This is the
The fence
She gonna make it? She gonna make it?
Stuck
Oh
in
my
that
god.
fence.
Oh, it got her?
That little. I was going to say, well,
So
coward.
Oh, wait.
Cowardly
yeah, I know,
coyote.
and he's
Right.
lazy. He's lazy.
Wait, what? How
No,
did it?
but what you don't know is it was going back to jump over the retaining wall
Oh.
because it was going to get her from
Yeah, from the
this other
backside.
side. But I just built a fence.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fences
So,
work.
so
Build that fence.
Yeah.
Build that fence. Build that fence. Who's this coward?
so yeah, so-
Coward. I'm going to say coward
So
so,
Rosie
many
was-
times today for no reason. Now that it's in my head.
So Rosie was stuck in the fence trying to get through, like squeezing through, and the coyote like grabbed onto her foot with his. But he didn't like bite it like hard though. I think like because there's no
Coward.
marks or anything like
Yeah,
that.
good.
And so this here is the neighbor's dog and
Kevin.
his walker, right? This is good old Kevin the
This is
dog.
Kevin the dog.
And
Kevin
his
is,
presence and this man's yelling. Right here, he yells. He goes, "Hey, what's
That-
up?"
scaring the
That's
coyote.
Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond.
Oh my god.
And so he's on the other side of the fence here. Watch the right side here. Can you see it? Oh, maybe not. But anyway, there's another angle where you can see Rosie cut off
Oh
to
my
the
God.
side, and then that's when I picked her up when they went down the bottom.
All
of the
right.
house.
Well,
Oh, and there's the
and is that the next day the coyote came back looking for
and
looking for more
bobcats.
blood?
You can
Whoa, that's a bobcat.
Oh.
yeah.
That
Bobcat loves our Buddha.
That's cool.
Is there water in there?
There is water.
That
Yeah.
might be part of it. Maybe try putting arsenic and see what happens.
I
Well,
saw Bobcat
well,
in the
that's-
backyard.
yeah.
Steve, anything you want to add to
Yeah,
this?
is that,
No, I'm super happy that it
I
worked
mean,
out.
so
and, you know,
grateful. I mean,
if
just
you-
the timing of that. Is
If
like,
anyone needs any surveillance camera tips,
Yeah.
you know where I am.
Get,
the
yeah,
fence.
and that's the thing. I want to push. Like, I didn't have it before, but get like a little GPS thing in your dog.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like getting frightened out.
We could have
Like,
avoided
yeah.
this entire incident
whole
if you
thing-
had the
We could
GPS.
just be having fun and laughing, you know. But like,
I put one in Doug last week too. I'm always curious about
Look at
where
this.
he's at.
Look at her.
this thing. Here we
There
go.
she
Here
is.
she is. And got a little GPS unit, and this Thunder Vest works for high anxiety dogs. Highly recommend it. And I know exactly
What's
where
her
she's
head?
from.
What's the little?
And this is a kiss from Ruby.
Oh,
so
look
let's
at
get it.
that.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a
And
wholesome
Can you
show.
imagine if this thing died? I mean, what would we do? It's like not good.
Well, she's going. Everyone, all pets, all people, all things die.
They die
at some
eventually.
Point. So just
Eventually,
everyone
yeah.
hang on to
Try
that.
to let go of that.
Yeah. But
No,
I,
In
yeah.
the
hold on
mornings.
to that.
In the mornings, generally.
But
Yeah.
could I just button that with is that the word term? I want to like I was like so stressed out and everything, and like I don't know, I have some revelation where I'm like, now I feel like I'm happy now. You know, that, like we got her back. I'm like, you know, and
Well, sometimes
Just
when
in
you
general-
when
yeah.
you're faced with your biggest fears, that releases something where you become, not to get all
We can
new
go-
agey
we can
here,
do
but
that.
you know, you say, okay, that was the worst, that was my fear, and it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And
exactly.
now, if she would, I feel like, you know, if something irreversible happened with
Yeah.
her, we might be in a different situation.
Might be in a different state. But I'm just trying to keep that positivity. And this morning, I got to tell you, we woke up and my wife's car was dead, and had to haul her all around to school, get her to teaching and everything. And then I almost got in an accident on the highway, and this guy thought I hit him, and he got out and he's like, "Hey, you hit me." I'm like, "No, he didn't hit you." But then I was like, I took a breath and I calmed down. And I thought of Rosie, and I shook his hand.
Whoa.
And
The little tip.
Yeah, I did this. Yeah. And I said, "I don't know what
That's
to tell
the
you because I
button
don't think
right
I
there.
did, but if you say I did, I'm sorry. Can I give you $20?" And,
Wow.
Did he take it?
No, he didn't take
No,
it.
that would be weird,
But he
right?
was very
Yeah, okay,
happy.
I'll take
He was
20.
very happy that I shook his hand and I accepted. I gave him a little apology. So there's.
Well, thanks
There
for
it is.
joining
That's
us
the
today.
story.
on
We'll
Office
talk to you
Hours. That's our show.
next year. But now
We do have to run.
Yes.
Jacqueline,
Thank you.
congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Steve.
And all the best.
Thank
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the little capper on my end is it turns out that Steve here, the other day, I met you briefly a few times in the neighborhood, but then you go, "Hey, by the way, good luck on the tour coming up." Or
Oh, wow.
mention the tour. I'm going on tour this summer, big tour. Steve works for the promoter and does all the contracts and the legal side of making sure that I get paid and I'm not getting ripped off
You
by
gotta
some of
chase
these
that money.
these club owners.
Oh, yeah.
That's a small world, don't you think?
Very small.
And you got to be excited about the tour.
Very excited about the tour. Come on.
It's going to be a big show. It's going to be a great show.
The pounding.
Steve, get back to work. Make sure
Yes.
everything's.
Thank you for having me.
Everything's on the
Appreciate
up and
it.
up with some of these seedy club owners.
Big hug for saving the day.
Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Unbelievable. This guy.
All right, let's.
Unbelievable.
All right, I wanted that to be a 10-minute thing. It was a 20-minute thing. I'm gonna have to accept that.
I piped in a couple times,
Yeah,
honestly.
See, it's wearing off here. It's like.
Let's take a
Viral.
quick call just to check the systems there. By the way, Tom is here again for the second week. Matt Carlin, Captain Carlin, is on Zoom,
guys.
as some of you can see. Matt, you want to say hi real quick?
Captain Garland.
Hello.
Matt, why are you
Greetings.
refusing to be a producer on this show, or an in-studio producer, I should say?
I am on strike. I'm trying to unionize with Doug and Vic, and they are refusing.
I'm
And
not interested in
so
that.
I'm the
Well, we
only
are a
one
partnership, so I don't know how
on
that would work.
strike. Well, I'm ready to strike. I got COVID at your show in Williamsburg. Thanks.
No evidence that you got it at
For
my
nothing.
show. No
Thanks for
evidence.
nothing.
How do you? There's no evidence you got it at my show.
Oh, I have plenty of evidence.
Really?
It'll all come out.
Okay.
It'll all come out.
Well, I'm
It
clean
was a
as a
super
whistle.
spreader event.
No, this is
I thought I'd be
slanderous.
safe in the VIP, and I was not. My whole family has it, and it's a mess. And
Yeah,
it
but not because of me.
stinks.
Get that talk out, because you had it before. Your wife had it
No,
before.
I think I did get it. I think I did get it at that show, but
Turns
but
out
that's
I got
okay.
COVID.
It's not
Watch
your
my
fault.
ticket sales
I know.
collapse now because of
Well, there is that gap
You gotta wear a
between
mask.
infection and symptoms, right? So,
Yes.
maybe it was.
Well-
Sometimes I feel like people are like, "Oh, symptoms today. I got it last night from so and so."
No, there's a
and we know
whole-
those are not the
no
numbers.
one knows. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a
no one knows.
mystery.
But I was unmasked a lot in New York, and the lesson
Yeah.
is just wear the mask. I was very stupid, and it's my wife already had bronchitis, and then I gave her COVID with her bronchitis. It's a mess. It's a big mess.
All right. Well, we had good news. Now we have bad news. That's the way the show goes.
You're fired, bud.
But we're all fired.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Go back
See you
to
later. Bye-bye.
enjoying the show. Go back to eating. Matt likes to eat on camera when we're having those Tuesday
I was
meetings.
just chowing down.
Just eating nuts and chomping.
What a
away.
harrowing story. Thanks for sharing.
Yes. Thanks for allowing it, Matt.
Thanks for doing the abridged version.
Oh yeah.
That was the abridged version. Matt on.
There's a lot more to add in there.
All right.
Moral of the story: don't get a pet. That's what
You've
I
been
learned.
pet free for a while
I'm
now.
pet free. It's the best.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Not living with fear.
All right, let's talk to somebody in the Zoom community. Everybody wants to say hi. We're now banning any conversation about this missing dog. That's over. We can't just. You know what people are going to do? They're going to come in and be like, "Vic, I'm so happy to hear this." Like, we know.
I know,
how
because they're
everybody
being
feels.
nice. Yeah.
Unless you have to come in with an interesting opinion, which I wouldn't agree with, but it could be something like, I wished that something terrible had happened to your dog.
I'll start
That's controversial.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we can get into it. But if you're just calling in to wish well, send him a DM.
I'll start fucking banning people from Patreon.
And we want to give a lot of time and attention and a lot of time and attention and a lot of time and attention to Jacqueline Novak, who so graciously came.
That's very kind. I mean, not too much, you know.
Not too much.
I like to pipe in from the side.
Yeah, I mean, you're comfortable.
You know, a
with your
third
role
mic,
here
so to
today.
speak.
Yeah, color commentary.
Yeah.
What?
That's out of.
What song was that?
That was Blink 182. That's good.
They're not invited on my show. Who do we have, Tom?
We got Robert Wells here.
Oh, Robert Wells. You know Robert Wells, esteemed Professor Robert Wells. Hello, Robert.
Yes, hello. Hi.
Sefef, Robert, how can I help you today?
I'm zooming in. I am a college professor and zooming in for my actual office hours here on campus.
A total random blind guess. You have a nice professorial sounding name. What do you teach?
I'm primarily a Spanish professor, but also do humanities courses on film, Latinx studies, and identity and society.
Identity and society. Fascinating. Nice. You're one of these. You're one of these groomers, aren't you? You're grooming our students into their mindset. How dare you?
Well, we are watching and discussing a queer film this week in my film class, Wong Kar-wai's Happy Together. So I'm clearly grooming these students, to be queer.
Good. We need more. We need as many as we can possibly take.
But
I want everybody to be happy in their own skin, right, Jacqueline?
Absolutely. I came here just to support that.
We are nothing but tolerant and accepting of all lifestyles. That, as long as your lifestyle is not infringing on anybody else's territory, not ruining anybody else's day, what do we care?
How can you say something like that?
Did you have anything specific, or are you just checking in and saying hi?
Yeah, I had a question, somewhat related. I'm, for the first time, going to Italy this summer. I know Tim recently had a great time in Italy. Wonder if you had any travel recommendations. I'll be in at least Venice, Florence, and Rome, so the major hot spots. Wonder if Tim or anybody else had any other recommendations.
Get yourself one of them Fromers guys.
Oh, fuck you.
Fromers, right? Fromers, Rome on $5 a day. Those are always helpful.
Yeah, I can see that.
I get out to the small. If you're in Florence, like we didn't go to Florence. I didn't go. Some other people went, and they're like, "Don't skip it," because it's just a big city at this point. It's a big,
just the classic tall buildings and such. The modern.
Yeah, and there's Macy's there.
Yeah.
You
gotta shield your eyes from those businesses.
Literally, I think there's a selfie museum in Florence now.
Maybe you can go check that out. Go check out that David sculpture.
But Tim, did you go to like Pisa or Bologna?
Pisa is unbelievable. Go to Pisa. That's where we were close to, and I thought Pisa was a great. And Lucca, I'd highly recommend Lucca. It's a really cool walled medieval city that is just everything you want.
Keeps coyotes out.
Keeps the coyotes out. Thank you, Doug. All right, well, get back to work. Make sure those students are learning Spanish. Do you know Spanish, Jacqueline?
I don't. I took French to go see Les Mis, in the 8th grade trip. If you took French, you got a Les Mis trip. I
went to see Les Mis myself, probably. May I ask you your general age, your general range?
Sure.
Is that an inappropriate thing to do? I just realized as I was saying it.
I'm 39.
39, okay.
I mean, why hide it, right?
So we're in the same general...
Oh, absolutely.
You would have been in...
The world's... So...
You would have been in 8th grade when I was a high school senior.
Yeah.
Would not be definitely hanging out with you.
No. I never did. Yeah, I didn't try to...
Imagine an 8th grader hanging out with a senior in high school.
Oh.
That's an odd couple.
It was rare. It was rare.
Oh, that's going to give me some hate mail.
I gotta learn Spanish because I'm going to Spain.
Why are you going to Spain?
For fun.
Who needs you to go to Spain?
Nobody.
Okay.
Where is Doug going in Spain?
Barcelona, Valencia.
Don't make fun of the language, Doug.
Valencia, Barcelona.
Barcelona,
Such a thin line.
Valencia.
Was he pronouncing it correctly or making
I'm going to
fun?
Lisbon, Portugal.
Simultaneously
too,
both, I guess.
People are sensitive to
Lisboa.
Lisboa.
I'm doing some Duolingo. Is that going to help, or should I call you?
A little bit of both. As much as you can possibly practice, input output makes the biggest difference. Watching shows, listening to podcasts in español or in portuguese.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start. This podcast is now in español.
We should do one. We should translate it to dub it in Spanish. I think you should do it, sir.
Speaking of Europe in general, you have a run of dates coming up in London.
June 24th, 25th, and 26th at Leicester Square.
Well, our gentlemen, the Sleaford Mods, who are coming up later, confirmed that we shall be pronouncing it Leicester Square.
Yeah, Leicester. We don't have to mess around in there.
There's all kinds
syllables.
of extra letters in there.
Yeah.
Because we were there, Tim, remember?
I know.
At the very same
At the very same theater.
Same place. Wow.
So listen,
how were they? Okay.
I just want to contextualize a few things here. Jacqueline Novak has a one-woman show entitled Get on Your Knees.
Yeah. And one-woman show is always a tough sell, but
Let's talk about that for a sec.
Yeah. Well, it's a charged term.
Last year, maybe the year before, I don't know when, it came up on my radar because our mutual friend and one I think rising quickly on my list of funniest people in the world, John Early.
Absolutely.
Directed this show. Which I'm sort of like...
You're like, where's the direction?
And I talked to him, I said, like, what does that mean? Like, what did you do? And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah, it meant we went to dinner every night.
And talked about it.
Yeah, and even just, it was very much like treating me like the like feral sort of animal that like you didn't want to spook. And basically just like me and him going into the theater setting and being like, oh my God, like we're doing this in a theater, and just like us going to dinner, and dinner was really a big part of it. Like every night pasta.
Sure. Well, how do you start? Because you're a stand-up. Would you consider yourself a stand-up comedian?
Yeah. And there's a dignity to just excuse me. No, it's stand-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this kind of like hang-up as a woman of kind of like, of course, a woman would do a one-person show, less laughs. You know, like she can get by on confessional whatever.
Right.
So I have this thing like, no, it's stand-up. Like it's kind of like with the boys.
Yeah,
like
just relax.
Laughs per minute. It's like.
There's not like, because I saw the show at Largo.
Yeah, and I was like, oh Jesus, because I was like,
you knew I was there.
I think the guy there,
Flanny.
we'll drop his, Flanny mentioned, and I was like, fuck, because oh shit, I did it again. It's real, right?
I was just kidding.
Okay,
totally
I wasn't
used the
completely
F word,
sure.
the C word, the D word, whatever you want.
But I was like, because I think you're, the funniest and tops. And of a very specific kind that I'm like, well, Tim is not going to find this funny. Tim's going to find this.
I sat there like this.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Just
one woman show, eh? What is she? Gilda Radner?
Yeah. Just
Lily Tomlin now.
And I had to tell myself, people don't only enjoy like a rendition of their own style, which I'm sure you've seen plenty of over the years. I just had to let go of that.
I loved it. And it definitely wasn't, I guess I loved it, and also was this isn't really even for me, or it shouldn't be for me, or whatever. It felt like it challenged me.
Right.
But it was also like just very funny and good stories, and it wasn't pretentious in any way. It wasn't that there was this like lights and like a Kate Berlant spoof of something of a one-woman show, right?
And yes,
it's just very real and genuine, but very, very funny, and about kind of, I don't want to give anything away, but it is about coming into your own sexually.
Yeah,
would you say?
It's just it is, the thread is kind of the blowjob is kind of the thematic thread. And
I'm coming day and night.
Okay, thank you, boys.
Okay.
No, but in a very open and funny.
The fear were on the show, and what me and John were trying to do. Oh no, I was going to say the fear around the direction and the like positioning of it or whatever was the fear of being like two things. Like me and John, like the direction is like, okay, moments where we don't want it to feel like, and this is how me and John refer to it as and then it's don't mansplain to me. Okay, that's the primary energy we try to avoid. And there are moments where it like kind of dips into that because whatever,
Yeah.
But
there was in the audience, it does play to women more than men, maybe.
Not
that
let you
not
say
that it's
it.
intentional.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
right.
It just naturally happens, and there's moments in the show that feel like women are empowered by
right,
your
and I'm
performance.
uncomfortable when there are cheers.
There are cheers.
Like when there's those rallying moments, I
Yeah.
get very uncomfortable with it. I'm like, I got to pull that back because that's like, I don't want to. You know what I mean, right? Why I would be
Yeah.
uncomfortable with like people
Because
rallying
you could
around it.
easily lean into that and
Yeah.
make it become this
So
kind of.
I get like when they cheer, I feel like embarrassed
Yeah.
and try to offset it, but that can become its own like.
You also can't control it.
Yeah,
except
to
for
be
roll with it.
perversely trying to go in the other direction.
Can we? Let's take a hotline. See how I pivot?
Yeah.
I pivot.
Wow.
I'm a sex
You like
machine
that?
ready to reload.
Got to do the city of the day at some point.
City of the day after this hotliner.
Could skip it too.
Perry, are you there?
Thank you for your permission.
It's nuts.
Vic.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how's it
Am I
going
on?
there, Rumbly? Mr. Rumbles?
Hashtag happy.
You flying a kite?
Oh, sorry, Tim. No, I am walking my dog, which
Oh.
actually informs the story I have. But anyway, hi, Tim, Doug, Vic.
Hey.
Yes, my name is Harry. I'm calling from Spokane, Washington. Now, you've had a few callers from here before who were a little
George
shittier,
Washington.
but I try and be as respectful as I can.
Thank you. 'Cause somebody
first
has
things
to be.
first, Tim.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'll try to do it. Tim, you and Eric, of course, responsible for my comedic awakening. I saw Tom Goes to the Mayor in 2002, and pretty much everything in my life, all the comedies I've enjoyed since then have been
2004.
thanks to you and your style, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I've loved everything you've done except the White Boy sketch in Awesome Show. That one went totally over my head, but everything else has been perfect.
What?
Fair enough.
Good one.
I was actually ruminating on that today, this morning, for some reason. I thought, because somebody posted on TikTok, which I'm now on because it's strategic marketing for me. I'll be,
Yes,
you know,
your hashtag brand.
hashtag happy. I will be fully transparent with everybody about everything in my life going forward now. Okay?
I made the song for White Boys.
Oh.
And somebody
I
on
feel like the
TikTok.
internet hasn't let us be as open as we want to be. You know, people
Yeah.
are still very reserved online and respectful. So we really should let down our guard a little bit on the internet.
I was
Be
just
who we
going to
are.
say that somebody had posted a clip of a sketch we did on Awesome Show called Zits, which is like this Charlie Rose style interview. with
Oh
Eric.
God, I
was like,
remember
ooh,
that
that's
one.
a good
Yeah,
one.
That one in Burp.
That was really, yeah. And then we had a sequel to that called Burps, and it's just me and Eric talking about Zits. And I was like, oh, if I was going to make my list of favorite sketches, that would be on there. But I think White Boys would be on there too. Doug? Just
Okay,
because of how
listen, I'm not
strange
saying
it
it's
is.
a bad sketch. I'm saying I don't understand that.
I understand.
It's,
There's nothing really to
whatever
understand.
going
There's
on
nothing to
there is-
understand, right?
It's just pure visual
Well, that's
fun.
the thing.
Goof
Yeah,
on.
I know it's not like too cerebral any of your bits, but there's something behind them that I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there. For whatever reason,
Sleaford
that
Mods.
was just not
Yeah.
but,
Well, thank you
Anyway,
very much for the general
yes, no, love
compliments
you,
with a
Right.
little dose of salt in there.
That's
Doug and Vic
Sufficiently.
and everything. I know. Well, listen, I'm calling into the Hotset hotline. I got a complaint.
Oh,
So,
boy.
I bought a house a year and a half ago. My fiance and I, our first home, and we were really excited, really jazzed. And we moved in next to these people who have this dog, big, brown, I guess, kind of pit bull mixed with something. I don't know what the hell. So when we moved in, we had a dog and a cat, and these people on the other side of our fence, big wood fence, had two dogs and then got a third. Third one somehow disappeared, but you know, that is what it is. Every single day, all day long, since we moved in, this brown dog has been antagonizing the shit out of us. I mean, just constantly patrolling the fence on its side of the yard, scratching the fence, barking at us when we're outside. And we've talked to the neighbors a couple times. We don't have much of a relationship with them because they've been pretty rude and standoffish besides this. And we told them, you know, like, listen, it's a fucking problem. Like, our dog can't hang out in the backyard by themselves.
Yeah.
Because your dogs are just, like, threatening to break down the goddamn fence.
Yeah.
And we told them so many times, they're home all day, we work from home. Like, everybody's in these houses all day long. And nothing gets done. We send our dogs out there, they're out there every single fucking time. One of our dogs has a bad anxiety problem. She's conditioned now. She knows to run to that fence every single time she goes into the backyard. Because 9 times out of 10, that little fucker's going to be there ready to fight. So it's just been a fucking nightmare. We've been trying to get these people to listen to us, to work with us. You know, just like, hey, we're 30 yards away from each other. Can we come to some sort of fucking understanding? And they have just.
I have an idea.
Well, I think I have an idea too.
I just want to ask you.
I got it.
You frame this as a complaint. Who's this a complaint?
Bodily harm.
So what does this have to do with
I can't
me?
do that.
Does this have anything to do with me?
No.
This is a general complaint.
He wants a
about
hot
life.
tip for him.
No, he wants advice here.
That's what he should have said. Thank you.
Complaints about you, Tim?
No, I mean, because you framed this as I have a complaint, which is generally how you start to say that you have a problem with the person you're talking to.
He's got a complaint
Our
not about
stomachs
something
were
else.
I
tight.
tighten my anus tight.
Yeah.
Hard.
That's true.
Try shoving something up my rear
truly
during that
in love
moment.
with
Good
every
luck.
person on this call. No,
All right,
I love
so-
all of you. My complaint is generally. Yeah,
So here's how you want to start that. If we were going to do a take two, which I would have loved, but we are live. I would have said, sir, kindly restart and say, Tim, I need some advice. Not
clean.
I have a
Yeah.
complaint, right?
It's sharp.
But let's hear it because
That's a good way to
Jacqueline
start.
has some thoughts on the situation.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that
Please,
comes to
Jacqueline, I
mind.
would love to know what you think.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Sometimes the guest, gets.
Short shrift.
The
There's an
guests are-
old phrase.
If you're important to the show as much as Tim is.
Can you give her the space
No, thank
to
you.
speak?
No, I really appreciate that. Sometimes they don't even catch the name. You know what I mean? And I heard my name come in. So, the old phrase, good fences make good neighbors. Okay? Instead of trying to change these people, and you know that phrase, right? Or don't you?
Don't engage with him to talk.
I've never heard
Any
that.
opportunity.
Okay, great.
Never heard such a
I've
phrase.
heard that.
Take two. So, yeah, the idea being, of course, it's easier to coexist when the boundaries are strong, right? I'm wondering, instead of trying to change them and change their dog, you go bigger fence.
Oh.
You mentioned a large wood fence. Is it their fence? And, we heard today about...
No, we own the house. We own the
We
house.
know you own the house.
I have an idea.
You're crowing
to
about
add
that
to
at the
that,
top of the call.
Just do a cinder block cement fence.
Oh.
Yeah.
And by the way, sir, you might have to mute between.
I know it's
speakings,
very
but,
hard, and I don't know why Luke isn't doing that. But
throw a side knife steak over
the question
the wall,
is:
too.
Is the fence?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Theirs or
Is it
yours,
your fence or their fence?
or both? Is there such a thing?
Washington is technically a communal property state.
Okay,
so
it's
ours
a-
and the person who
What do you
owns
call
it.
that? It's
But the
an
people who
easement.
live in the house are not the ones who own it.
Can I give a little? I was gonna say one thing because you're shouting over to your neighbor, "Hey, I want to fucking talk to you." Like that's like starting off on the bad
Yeah,
foot.
are you saying it like that?
Hey, I gotta talk to you
With all the F-bombs?
or,
Yeah,
hey,
the little fucker. If you
Yeah.
go in with little fucker about
Yeah,
someone's dog,
yeah.
Kill him with kindness.
Is
Well,
that really your tone with these people, or are you just kind of spicing it up for us?
No, I mean, this has really been a problem for the 15 months we've lived in the house. It's been every single day.
Well, listen, I have one.
And I did not meet them.
That's yeah. Oh yeah. That's what you want to meet them, not at the fence, but it's very easy to make friends with dogs. And I just made friends. Well, I'm a dog man now. My next door neighbor, we just moved in not too long ago, has 2 scary Rottweilers, and they come right up to the fence and they poke their heads through. And for like 2 months, I'm like, what the hell? What is this? It's scary, frightening me. And I just started sneaking little treats in, and now I throw balls over the fence. I'm just a happy guy now, Tim. I know.
Yeah, no dog's ever bitten anybody.
But those dogs love me, though. They love me, though. So that's what you can do because you already have your home there.
Yeah, maybe try to get
throw
the
some
dog
steaks.
on your nice side. If that doesn't
Right.
work, you're gonna have to go to Plan B, which will unfortunately be poisonous.
You might have to put it down. Yes.
All right, listen. Can I just do the city of the day? Thank you, Spokane. Do you want to be
Oh, yeah, we still got the city of
Spokane
the
to be
day.
the city of the day?
The city
Yeah, why not? We deserve it.
Spokane, city of the day.
Washington.
So I'm trying to think of some Spokane, cocaine, something there. I don't have it yet.
Washington.
Well, and there's
We'll
also,
get there.
don't you hear Spokane? Sometimes you hear Spokane.
So Spokane.
Jeremy Spokane.
Now that's in the
Class
interior
today.
portion of Washington.
Right.
Where are you from, Jacqueline?
New York suburbs, to be clear. Not trying to.
Upstate?
Westchester,
West. Ooh.
Mount Kisco.
I see. I see who is.
Is that in Long
Jay
Island?
Leno, like, just
No,
have
it's north. It's you know right up the sawmill out of the
Okay.
city. Versus
Did Jay Leno have his tongue out the whole time? Was that one? Jay, just to let you know, we got the guy from Four Weddings and a Funeral. What's his name?
Gerard Depardieu?
No. Why I'm
Sorry, I always love when you brought up.
Hugh Grant.
Oh.
Hugh Grant coming on the show. You get fucked with a hookup?
He's like the Michael Jordan of comedy.
Oh, God. He's the what?
The Michael Jordan of comedy. You know, Michael
The
Jordan.
tongue out.
Oh, yeah.
The tongue out when he gets the good shot.
God, I got so excited to know. I like really piped in the tongue out.
Yeah, I get it. I know sports. City of the Day is brought to you by the Total Toe One Toe System. Folks, don't you hate having all those little bitty individual toes? In this day and age, toes are totally pointless. That's why you need the Total Toe One Toe System. With this system, it's easy to turn all those piggies into one solid hog. Just collect a good-sized bushel of human hair, surround your toes with it, and add our Total Toe Fusing Gel. Wrap with gauze, wait 6 weeks, and your new foot is ready to go. Now you can say goodbye to lint and other crap getting stuck between your toes. Plus, you'll only have one big nail per foot to trim. Office Hours listeners get a free sticker if you order in the next 4 minutes. Just go, bye-bye, piggies. Just go to byebyepiggies.gel/one-toe. What? Can you read I'll let you cap it. How would you say that ending?
Well, that was the point, was to see if you could read it.
Oh.
Just go to byebyepiggies.gel/one-toe for me and order now.
Okay, .gel. All right, nobody wants that. I can tell you that for sure. I'm fine with toes. Do you have any issues with having
I have
toes?
an issue. They always getting caught in the sand and stuff, and
Caught in the sand?
If you had one big flap,
you'd probably fall over a lot more.
Plus, I'm not wearing flip flops. I don't want anyone to see it.
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
No, I've always had an issue actually with what I think of as the tasseling of flesh. Okay, at the ends, I think it's disgusting that there's sort of a tassel, like little fringe. Yeah, like kind of cut in.
Yeah, tassels.
Let's let that breathe a little, right? It's like kind of disgusting, right?
Yeah.
But then here's my other thing about toes, and
gets
not
it.
to just be trying to like whatever, but I do, I guess, have something to say.
I hope you do.
Are
I mean,
you
that's why
ready?
I asked you to come in.
Are you ready?
Don't feel self-conscious
you
about
gotta
having
fly
something
with
to
it.
say.
Yeah, right. You gotta like go along with it, all right? Because I can't guarantee, but one of you will feel it. All right. Here's my question. So obviously 5 toes and 5 fingers, right? So
Well,
it's kind of a
10, but
on each, right? So there's obviously a kind of correspondence between thumb and first finger, second finger, whatever.
Sure,
Thank
yeah.
you. Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay. Now,
I think we're all, everybody
there's
at
an
home,
intuitive feeling,
look at your
right?
toes and your fingers at the same
Now,
time.
here's the question, okay? If you had to match them up, if you had to point at someone the way you were going to point at someone with an index finger, what would you use on your intuitively? What would you use on your foot?
Big toe.
Yes, right. So in a way, despite there being 5, there's a feeling, right? You'd think that the thumb is going to be the big toe and it's going to be a 1-to-1 match, but
Right.
it's not, right? Now, try to in your mind feel how you would give someone the finger, okay, with your foot. So turn it around and give it to him. Do you feel it, kind of? To me, it's very clearly. Well, I'll let you feel it.
I was gonna say the big toe was what
It's
I would
still the
do.
big toe to you?
Yeah,
That's the only toe like you can really control at all, right?
But the feeling to me, like if you move your middle finger right now and try to me, it's
I'm
the
getting
middle
some-
finger of the foot. To me, feels like it's the second toe.
Oh, interesting.
Do you see? Do you see how that one is kind of the central?
This one here.
Doesn't that feel like the middle toe, kind
Totally.
of?
And you
now
know
then,
what?
here's the question. Get ready. What the
ready.
hell is the rest of them? So then the next 2, what are they?
Pointless.
They're the ring finger. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I
But
feel
the
that.
2 of them together are the ring
They're
finger.
connected. They should almost be together.
Yes.
Fused.
And then there's an
Thank
absent
you.
thumb.
Well,
It's
I
the
was-
fusing gel. That's what
Where's
the
the
fusing
big
gel's
vision so
for.
they can see my beautiful foot?
Put that
Man, my ad
play
is
this video. Oh yeah, Vic Vision. Where's
actually
it?
a big hit, actually.
Where was Vic Vision?
Show my foot.
and then pinky and ring are just
Wait,
those are
hold
accurate.
on, we're gonna get
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino to start watching this show now. Watch this. We got Vic Vision.
Oh, right. Wait, is that the thing with him? Is that why there's such prominence of toes?
Yeah, he's a foot fetish guy.
Because I mean, in Kill Bill, I feel like that was really looking
it's
at
all-
her feet in the
well, it's
coffin,
all over
right?
that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go no shoes now because I can't just have one shoe on.
So I know that was a long walk, so to speak.
I'm fascinated by it. I think
there's got to be someone that's going to connect with it.
I mean, I think generally our toes are doing lots of work balancing us and keeping us moving.
Like, how do you deal with the fact that we actually are evolving to add an extra finger? Like,
we are?
Yeah, like this is like
no, that's on the way out.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. We're going into Simpsons.
No,
style.
I had friends in high school that had like this thing. At 6.
Oh, they had the extra?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'll keep them. Yeah, they just kept them.
You had friends, multiple friends in high
I
school.
lived next to a nuclear power plant.
I did.
Yeah, really.
Where's
It's
your
normal.
6 finger? What?
It's normal.
Wait, time out. What?
It is. It's a. It's like from what I understand,
It's like
it's the next
Yeah.
step of evolution.
Toes too, actually. I do think there's
But
like.
why though? What do we need them? Like, if, you know
No,
what
the
I mean?
pinky
Like,
toe's on the way out. I feel like it's getting smaller and smaller, Vic.
It is. It is.
All right, well, let's get a biologist in here at some point. Get to the bottom of this.
You know, these are just the kind of things you pray come to mind when you're a guest on a show. You go, I got something.
Yeah, you did. By the way, this is not one of these shows, and you can verify this.
Yes.
We're not doing a pre-interview, and you're not clarifying. You're
Yeah.
not like sitting down with us and saying, let's hit this beat.
Hell.
Let's talk about this.
I can't do that.
You can't?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What?
sorry. We got the band standing by. I just wanted to.
Yeah, we do have.
Are they
9
getting
minutes left on
are they
the
getting
clock.
rowdy about it? Are they getting rowdy
getting
out there?
pissed?
Luke, are you mad at me because I scolded you on the show? Be honest with me. Of course. Oh, damn. I'm gonna have to make. Well, do you mind if we bring the group in?
No, bring the group
and
in.
stay here. I mean,
Oh yeah. No, I am.
because I feel like we're just getting warmed up.
Get on your knees for the Holy Trinity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and I'm going to go right into their song. Oh shit, here they are. I'm a little nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the UK, we're going to get here's how it's going to go. We're going to have a performance.
Why?
And then a quick chat.
And
then a break. And then I hope they can stick around, but they might have to go. Maybe they're doing Jimmy Kimmel tonight. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the UK, performance from Sleaford Mods.
Yeah, me and Dan the Olive. What's the shuffle list on that? What's that idea? Lift the black list of someone, list got you. Don't talk shit, stinks poo poo. I don't break you. She's not like that, that's what he said. Blokes a kiss our silly head. Blokes commercial boring twat. I don't really like things like that. I don't break you. What's the cards? I've seen them drop. You're the everyman that's not. You're the fixer, lovely teeth. Well, fuck off, wanker, famous teeth. I don't break you. Yeah. I don't break you. I don't break you. I don't break you. What does it all mean? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? What you telling me that for? Boosting with him for the law. I don't want those stars near me. I'm not fucking galaxy. I don't break you. Appropriate, make the wrong. I'll just look like anyone. I'll just do stuff dun dun dun. It's invested like that rap on our paw. I don't break you. I don't want the castle run. I don't want a motorsport. I don't need no horses running. I don't need no princess abseiling Danny. I don't break you. Yeah. I don't break you. I don't break you. break you. One, two, three, four. Do you wanna stand cold? Do you wanna stand cold? Do you wanna stand cold? Well, you don't. Do you wanna stand cold? Do you wanna stand cold? Do you wanna stand cold? Well, you don't. Wanker. I don't break you. I don't break you. I don't break you. Wanker. I don't break you. I don't break you. I don't break you.
Thank you, thank you. Wow. Thank you, thank you. Jason.
Hello.
Andrew.
Hi.
Great to have you guys on the show. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you.
That was
Fantastic.
exciting.
I
What do you think,
I was
Jacqueline?
changed. It sounds ridiculous, but I was like, that's what I want to be like. I was like, I gotta bring that like. I mean, maybe it's just a masculine energy, but the whole. I don't know.
You are so in the zone. You have to be. Was it
really
uncomfortable
good.
to do that here in this weird room in this morning small vibe? It's not a dark, scary, loud club.
No.
Felt all right?
Well, it's even more radical then, you know.
I don't know, you can be a bit wooden sometimes, but today it just seemed a lot more
Feel good.
relaxed than usual, didn't it?
Yeah, I think with TV or
This is TV.
Yeah,
I
yeah, podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you tend to forget the lyrics. Yeah. Well, I mean, you forget them anyway sometimes.
Did you forget any?
No, it was spot on. It was all right, but I had them ready on my phone just in case I started messing up.
I did not to make it all about me, but it is my show. I did a music show in New York, last two in New York, and the first one at the Bowery Ballroom, I blanked. First of all, I blanked so bad right away. Like first song, I'm like, I don't know how to start. But once and then the audience is so nice. They're just like, they told me what the lyrics were.
Incredible. Well, that's
good.
But then once I get the first line, I'm home free.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that first line.
It's just the first line,
Yeah.
and then it all falls into place. What about you? Do you forget words?
Yeah, and it's the same. And this is what makes it hard to make changes
Sure.
because, you know, it's like when the lyric or the words are in you in the way that you kind of just like go through them. Then if I try to make changes, then I'm completely ruined.
It just completely ruins the
And
rhythm.
so I'm like, cool. I
Yeah.
guess I'm never going to change that line. That's a problem.
So your show is like, it's almost there's like a script at this point.
There is a script, but it's somehow after hundreds, I guess, of performances, I still don't. It's because of the way it's still not locked. It's weird.
Well, it should be a little loose.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys are you in a rush to get out of here? Can you stay for a little bit?
Sure, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just take a quick break. I want to talk to you guys about all sorts of stuff. They're playing tonight. If you're in LA, they're playing at the Terragram Ballroom. Great spot.
Yeah.
Good sound there.
Yeah.
Have you been there yet?
No.
You're just trusting me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to be positive about the venue on your way in.
Yeah. No,
For
but they're there
listening.
tonight and tomorrow. Unfortunately, tickets are sold out, but you are on tour. So if you're around, look them up and see if they're coming to your town.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on tour this summer. Tickets at timheidecker.com/live. Those shows are some of them are sold out, some of them are not. So there's
That's how it
still
goes.
opportunities.
You sell them out, and then you add more. So it's always going to be
you have to.
the unsold.
What else do we? Oh, tonight, just a couple of plugs because we're going to take a break and come back for more show. But tonight, Office Hours East is broadcasting on this channel. With do you know John Glazer?
Not personally. I mean, I know him. Does he know me? Is the question.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
That's tonight. And this Saturday, this is exciting. You guys are going to be long gone, but you'll appreciate what we're doing, I hope. We're calling it jam night, but it ain't going to be a jam. We're going to make a song this Saturday live on the air. We got Eric Slick and Brian Robert Jones? Is that right?
Brian Jones?
Brian Jones, the deceased Brian Jones.
You dig him up.
Yeah. Boy,
That's correct.
what do you think his corpse looks like now?
Brian
It's gotta
Robert
be
Jones.
fully decomposed, skeletonized.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. One of the original Rolling Stones. Just a fucking skeleton now. What a shame. You're probably not going to find that bowl cut that he had, you know.
That's all that's probably there.
Oh, the hair?
Yeah.
Swimming trunks.
Does
Died
the
in the
hair
pool,
run?
didn't he?
Wow.
Oh, he drowned, right?
Died in the pool, didn't he?
Yeah, there's some conspiracy about that.
Oh, apparently he was pushed in or
I
something.
think Mick and Keith might have just...
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
How many skulls do the Stones have?
Skeletons?
Skulls, yeah.
Well, let's see. I think Brian Jones, and of course
sadly
Watts, Charlie Watts. His
How about-
body is not full.
Well, I guess
his body's still quite
we all have
right.
skeletons. Whether I'm just, you know what I mean.
Right. Who's arrived at that
Yeah.
stage?
And this guy Ian Stewart, who was their piano player, keyboard player for many years,
Is
passed
Wyman
away.
alive?
Bill Wyman
Bill
is
Wyman's
barely
alive?
alive. Yes, barely alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's beginning the spiral into death due to lack of interests. Beginning to melt into his easy chair.
Interest keep you
I've
alive.
begun to die, you see. Oh, it's only a matter of time, I'm afraid. Oh, I can feel the worms beginning to crawl through me bones.
Well, I'm glad you're laughing. Thank God. Imagine if they're just staring me down. You fucker. I'm going to fucking kill you. All right. We'll be back. We'll be back in 5, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the break. Go take big shits if you need to.
Full of shit, cocks!
Let me sing for a living. I wanna sing for a living. Oh, baby, let me sing for a living. I gotta make some dough. Don't say no. Put me up on the mic. It's all right. Let me sing for a living. I wanna sing for a living. I will play state fairs. Let me sing for a living. I'll be downtown. Let me sing for a living. Give me a mic.